Hello everybody, this is Seth and I will be unpacking standards for my Teach Now assignment, and I will be using the California Common Core standards. My background is in biology and health science, so this standard, which is in the area of health education, really stood out to me. This is because at my school we do a health science week, and we are allowed to develop activities and curriculums during this week to better aid the students in understanding sexual education. Typically, we follow the British standards, Cambridge, and things like that, but for Health Science Week, we are allowed to pull things from all over the world. Now, this assignment, according to the California standards, is for a 5th grade class. I, however, would not use it in that grade level. I will be using it for my 9th graders. The standard is to define sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, including HIV and AIDS. I chose this standard because I have lived in Vietnam for many years. I have a Vietnamese partner, and I see the lack of education, the lack of awareness, not only in sexual health, but just health in general. Not only are the people not encouraged to ask questions, but some things are quite taboo. And also medical training and medical services are not always up to first world or high standards. And so I have also had students that have been touched by STDs in their lives and have come to me, and I thought, what can I do? And what I can do is better educate my students on the real world. So that is why I chose this standard. Also in Vietnam, STDs, especially HIV, are on the rise again in not only gay males, but also heterosexual women who have husbands who are maybe not so. The big questions, I believe, for this lesson would be how the diseases are transmitted. Are they curable or treatable? How are they detected, and what are the symptoms? The skills that they will be demonstrating will largely come from the activities. The media, information, and technology literacy will come from my ideas of the projects that they must create, and verifying sources and figuring out which is the best one to follow. They will also have to critically think and make decisions and then support their decisions as they work as a team. That means they will be collaborating. They will be working on their literacy as audience members, filling out paperwork while someone's speaking, as members of the group when they are preparing their presentation, and when they are doing my other activity called Dr. Doctor. I like this graphic about decision making because it really helps the students to understand, and I guess the core part of this topic is that for every decision there is a consequence, which is either positive or negative. My activity ideas. First, the students will create a presentation on a disease or STI that is assigned to them. Each group will be no more than 3 people. They must answer the questions, as you can see on the screen. Is it treatable? How is it transmittable? What are the symptoms? Also, how does it damage our body if we don't get it treated? I do have rules to my presentations, and also all presentations are submitted before they are allowed to be seen by the greater class. I do not allow graphic pictures, and all words must be the correct scientific words when speaking. While the students are delivering their presentation, audience members will have these worksheets that will be given for each disease, and they will have to follow along, ticking and answer these questions while the person is presenting. The follow-up assignment to this would be something that I call Dr. Doctor, or name that STD. The students will be given case studies About 6 different groups, stations will be set up around the room, and they will be given a chart or a scenario where a doctor, the first doctor, asked questions and got certain information from the patient, but then the student, as the second doctor, must take that information, fill out this type of questionnaire, and then make a decision or a diagnosis of what STD they think it is and why they think that this is. Again, they will be working together in small groups. These audience forms and also the forms that are given during the case study are usable as exit tickets and as formative assessments throughout this process. I'm assuming this will take a couple weeks, so the teacher can check the audience member papers to see what the understanding is. Also, because the students must diagnose and explain their ideas, the teacher will be able to see whether or not there are any misconceptions. And then I would end this unit by having a quiz or a test on everything that we learned in health science. One thing that we could do to alter the assignments or to add on to them is to add a digital poster, which would be the same things that they are already working on, but have to be printed out so it can be displayed, either in the teacher's classroom or during Health Science Week or during, as we do, our science fair every year.